taking me for the Pubalan truth. Today we are checking out disturbing prison moments caught on.
From hostage situations to jumping from shocking heights, these are 8 unbelievable scenes that played out behind bars. Disclaimer. In April 2018, 19-year-old Terry Whitehead, an inmate at the Louisville Metro Department of Correction, blacked out in his cell after suffering blows to his face and his head. The injuries were from an altercation with corrections officers David Schwartz and Donna Gentry. They claimed Whitehead had attacked Schwartz, but one correction officer said that was all a lie. At first, prison officials weren't sure who to believe. Then they found out one of the officers, Devin Edwards, had accidentally turned on his body camera during the altercation, and it exposed a cover-up. Whitehead was in cuffs, explaining himself.
I swear to God.
Whitehead, what are you doing, man?
What did I do, bro?
I ain't never had a problem out here. Why you gonna spit on us? Sergeants come around, you know how this is. Just take the
I
truck.
just had to take bro, I swear to God,
Just
bro.
take the
Schwartz stood just inches away, making threatening moves to Whitehead.
I mean, bro, you know I don't give y'all problems like that, bro.
Then suddenly,
Yo, man, bro, they abusing that guy?
Schwartz threw a punch.
I do not give you problems like that, Schwartz, bro. You know,
He lucky that guy is locked up, bro.
all you had to do was take the strings down, dude.
Yo.
I'll take him down next time, bro. Y'all ain't hear no problem like me, bro. I swear to God, bro. You know, second shift, bro. You know, I try my hardest.
Keep your leg down, keep your leg down.
I try my hardest.
Slamming Whitehead's head against the concrete wall, and he wasn't done yet.
Nah, bro, I'm straight. I don't want no medical.
You want decon out your
I
eyes?
need my ass, though.
Whitehead was still in the holding cell talking to the officers when there was a crash outside. The officers stepped out and found Schwartz repeatedly punching the walls and slamming the metal doors in a rage.
Hey, him.
What? I'm not mad, dude. It's business as usual, but you seen her come around.
Schwartz and Edwards were fired while their supervisor, Gentry, was demoted from sergeant to officer for her part in the cover-up. They pleaded guilty to charges ranging from violating the rights of a detainee to writing false reports. Schwartz was sentenced to 2 years in prison, Gentry to 8 months of home confinement, and
Imagine they end up in the same prison cell, bro. That's crazy.
Edwards to 2 years probation. But this is still not as bad as when officers pointed a gun at an inmate because he was having an episode. On the evening of August 5th, 2015, detention officers were conducting a routine search for contraband at the Pasco County Jail when they got to the cell of Matthew Travino. Travino was a military vet in jail for a misdemeanor probation violation. That day, he was in the middle of a schizophrenic episode and had stripped off his clothes. When the officers ordered him to put his hands through the slit in the door so they could cuff him, Travino put his genitals through instead. After some minutes of back and forth, they decided to bring on the big guns, literally. What's a Nova distraction round? I'm glad you asked.
A Nova round was created for situations like SWAT teams breaking into buildings. It's a distraction device, like a flashbang grenade, but fired from a shotgun. The company's own warnings say it's not supposed to be used to fire at humans or even animals.
An officer returned with the weapon, aimed it at the door with Travino standing behind it, and opened
This
fire.
guy doing the wrong way here, man.
The bullet slammed into Travino's thigh, leaving an enormous wound. Travino fell, screaming as he rolled on the floor in pain, but that didn't stop the guards from issuing commands while aiming the weapon right at him. They eventually got the emergency services to help. Fortunately, Travino survived the shooting. While it looks like there are a lot of guard versus inmates fights behind bars, a lot of the time, an inmate's worst nightmare is a fellow inmate. Around 1 a.m. on June 7th, 2022, everything looked calm at the Hillsborough County Jail. Inmates were fast asleep under the watchful eye of Deputy Lillian Jimenez, while one
Why does it look so comfortable there, bro? It doesn't look like it's compact, like sleeping on each other.
or two stragglers still roamed around. One of them was Bridget Harvey. She told the guard that another inmate, April Colvin, was in the women's restroom and wasn't feeling too good. Jimenez headed to the bathroom to see what she could do to help. As the deputy talked to Colvin, she had no idea she'd walked into a trap. While the deputy's back was turned, one inmate acting as a lookout crept around the deputy. Then Harvey walked up behind. She had a pillowcase and a comb she had sharpened with her teeth. Suddenly, Harvey wrapped the pillowcase pillowcase around the deputy's neck. Once they took the deputy's life, Harvey planned to get the keys so that she and Colvin could escape. Every last detail had been planned out, except one thing. The other inmates didn't want anything happening to the deputy. Once they heard the scuffle, they woke up and ran to help the deputy, led by Mary Jean. In seconds, they got the pillowcase and the comb from her before other deputies rushed in and took the women away. Harvey and Colvin were slammed with additional charges of aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, introduction of contraband into a detention facility, and escape from confinement. The deputy suffered minor injuries to her neck and throat, but survived. As for this story's hero, she got a broken hand from the altercation and a plea deal. Sometimes inmates have officers' backs, but sometimes they don't, like when a small request spiraled into an all-out riot. It all started with 9 inmates at the Sandoval County Detention Center in New Mexico refusing to leave the TV area and return to their cells. More corrections officers arrived, but still, the men didn't budge. Instead, they started to take off their shirts and wrap them around their faces. That was when the officers realized this was more than they bargained for, and one by one, they edged their way out of the cell block. This was a job for the task force. The task force made it in record time, but the inmates weren't so easily scared. When the officers tried to get tear gas through the slit in the door, the inmates stuffed blankets through the other end, but they got hold of it and pulled it away. The officers got a flash bomb in, but the inmates were undeterred. They rallied back moments later with a barrel of soapy water that they poured all over the floor and threw other items out the door, including a microwave. The officers tried to get tear gas in again, but the inmates used the barrel against the opening. So the officers opted for something stronger, a lot stronger. The blast blew the barrel away and the inmates scurried away in panic, bringing an unceremonious end to the riot. Staging a riot to get your way is one thing, but these 3 inmates decided to cook up something else. While this has all the makings of a cookout, meats, vegetables, and an excited cook, this is one cookout you don't want to be invited to. This is the 5-star course being served at an Oklahoma County detention center. Prison food isn't for everyone, but these 3 inmates decided to do something about it. They made food, got a fire going, and put it all on a hibachi-style grill flame. Food, all the drugs they could need. The inmates were on cloud 9. Then, one smart guy got out his contraband phone and put it on his Facebook Live.
That nigga said, we gonna get you when they not with you. Said, you don't even have no bars. You're a nobody.
Like, why?
You see that? You know what I'm saying? This is how we do this up in the county. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say where we at, but this is the real deal, Holyfield. Y'all eating trays, man. We getting paid, man.
The video immediately went viral, and it wasn't long before the jail officials identified all 3. They were charged with 2 counts of possession of contraband by an inmate. There was also a jail search, and correction officers found 23 cell phones, drugs, cigarettes, a used syringe, and many makeshift weapons. I bet those 3 probably got beat up for that stunt for a long time. Speaking of getting beat up, this corrections officer is about to find himself in a near-death situation when he makes one costly mistake. March 27, 2021 was supposed to be a regular day for detention officer Daniel Misquez. He worked at the jail since 2019 without any significant incident, but that day would change everything. Misquez headed to the 10th floor of the detention center to deliver medications to the inmates when things took a deadly turn.
I need Oklahoma City Police in the jail. The inmates have took the keys. They have an officer.
Where are you there now?
Oklahoma City Police Department. I need them here.
Are you at the jail?
Yes.
Who are you?
I'm Captain Tiffany Carter.
Captain Tiffany Carter?
Yes.
And is this a good callback number for you, 1818?
Yes.
All right, our officers are already en route. Can you tell me any more what's going on right now?
I don't know. They got an officer. They got his keys. They are popping all the doors open.
Curtis Williams, an inmate, had asked Misquez to open his cell door and allow him to sweep out some trash. When Misquez obliged, Williams came out, arms swinging, overpowered the guard and handcuffed him, even though he had nothing against the guard. Then he took the officer's radio and keys and freed other inmates. Over the next 2 hours, Misquez was hit on the head and attacked several times. Williams got his hands on Misquez's phone and went on Facebook Live, complaining about how they were being treated behind bars.
We got food. We got mold on the trays. We
You can't take showers. We ain't got no mirrors in here. The water don't work. Toilet backed up.
Any inmate who didn't get the program received Williams' rage. 2 hours after Misquez was taken hostage, the tactical unit moved toward the prison. While other inmates ran off to their cells, Williams took Officer Misquez to the top of the stairs, holding a knife to the officer's throat, and forced him to his knees. One officer instantly brought out his gun and fired 2 shots, killing Williams and bringing the hostage situation to an end. Misquez was taken to the hospital and made a full recovery. He's since resigned from his position.
Yo, I would do the same, bro. I would definitely do the same. Resign. In the first place, I won't even be an officer or anything like that, bro. Cause what the hell? Never, bro, never. This is crazy what happens in prison, bro. There's the good sides and the bad sides. Sometimes the good people is the bad people, and sometimes the bad people is the good people, bro. You just have to differentiate between the two. But yo, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any other video suggestions, drop it down in the comments below, and I'll drop my Twitch link to my channel, my Twitch channel as well. Follow me there. We go live every weekend, bro. So